Hey internet, what's going on? Aaron here, and today it's one of my personal favorites, The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ Demarco. I would recommend this book not to everybody. This is for people who want to make money and have enough time to develop a business and really drive that one home. So if that's you, it is a phenomenal book, and here's why. When it comes to millionaire stuff, making lots of money, getting rich quick, that whole thing, there is an ocean of content, books, people, things out there, and a lot of it's garbage, truly garbage, but the Millionaire Fastlane is genuinely regarded as one of the best, most legit ones of that nature. And that's because, first of all, it gives you some proven facts that are used by the author. He's coming from a credible place that are reproducible. There's examples of many other people who have done the methods in the book to become a millionaire in the fastest legal way possible. And of course, it's genuinely full of business value. So when you read this book, you will learn first to kind of change your mindset about money, right? If a bright orange Lamborghini rolls down the street, you might think to yourself, wow, that guy's a jerk. His parents probably bought it for him. He's probably lucky. Maybe he won the lottery or something. But what you probably should be thinking is that actually maybe this person worked very hard at a business and he bought a toy for himself to kind of celebrate all that time that he put in there. You need to fix your relationship with money. Then the whole idea of like the road, the fast lane thing is going throughout the whole book. Absolutely hilarious. There's the sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. The sidewalk it's like if you make a little bit of money, you have lots of debt, you're accruing more debt, and you go to the strip club 4 nights a week, that kind of thing, short-sighted thinking. Those are people going nowhere financially, and that is the sidewalk. The first thing you need to do if that's you is to get off the sidewalk and get on the slow lane. That means fixing your debt, increasing your income earning potential, and fixing your spending habits. Once you're in the slow lane, this is like most people are going to be on the sidewalk. The slow lane is pretty much everybody else. Those are the people that are financially smart. So that means you probably work a salaried job, you have an education, you save some portion of your money and you put it into the stock market in hopes of retiring when you're 50 or 60 years old. The problem with the slow lane is that you do not have control. You are trading your time for money, and the only way to have more money is either to spend more time doing what you do or to educate yourself more. And there's only so much you can educate yourself. At some point, you'll hit a ceiling, and ultimately, that's why it's the slow lane. This is the only way to do it, and is very unlikely that you will become a millionaire in your 30s or at a young age by doing slow lane tactics. On the other hand, the fast lane is what the whole book is about, the rest of the book anyways. The fast lane tells you that if you want to be a millionaire young, you have to be an inventor. And that means you can either write a book, write a patent that ends up, write a book that sells many copies, write a patent that ends up being used in a product that sells a lot, or invent a product like a mop that's sold in pharmacies all over the place, or make a website that generates a whole bunch of sales for something. In any event, you need to invent something. And there's a formula in the book which explains, because everybody's got ideas, but how do you figure out which ideas can make you a millionaire? Well, there's this NEXT formula, NEXT, that allows you to kind of scale an idea to see if it will make you a millionaire. And it's pretty simple, really. N is the need. So if there's a way that you can sell your idea or service for a high demand, in a situation with a high demand, then you've fulfilled that. If nobody needs whatever you're inventing, then you've already failed. The E is barrier of entry. Barrier of entry means, for example, anybody can be a stock trader. It takes a couple days to set up an account, you put money in it, you maybe download some software, and now you're trading stocks on the stock market. But because it has a low barrier of entry, anybody can spend a couple days and do that, you're competing against everybody. That's a bit harder. You have to put time and effort in order to become profitable on the stock market because anybody can get in. On the other hand, if you start an IT corporation that generates leads for people that are very interested in keeping their teeth clean, and you sell that to the members of the dental industry, then now you're in more of a niche market because most people don't know how to start that business, and if they do, they don't have the connections, and even if they have the connections, they haven't actually done it because that takes a lot of work. So now you have a high barrier of entry, and that's good. NEC, the C means control. Control is like, the whole idea of driving the road is just hilarious in this book. Control is like taking over the steering wheel, being the driver of the car. If you're driving the car, it means that you set the price. It means that you're not relying on external parties to run your service. For example, if you're selling stuff, like maybe for a pyramid scheme, for example, or like, something like that, the person who generated the pyramid scheme has all the control. You are just a user of it. So there's only really so far it can go. Or you're doing ads on Facebook. Don't get me wrong, this stuff can help you out, but the real beneficiary here is the person who created Facebook, not the person who's running the ads on Facebook. And so if you want control, you need to own your stuff. You need to stop relying on a boss or an employer to get ideas, to make money. You have to do it on your own. And you need to be able to, you're driving it, right? It's your stuff. Or if you're relying on things, what that means is that you're lowering your barrier of entry and you're lowering your control, which means you're ultimately lowering your speed, I guess. NECS, the S is scalability. Can your assets accrue millions of dollars in value? Can you sell 50,000 copies, 500,000 copies of what you're doing? Is it reproducible? These are very important if you look at the big vision. See, anybody can do it once, but if you can reproduce it, now you have a chance at becoming a millionaire with your idea. The T means time, and that may be the most important one. Not that the other ones are not important, but a little bit weight would go here, which is to say that can it be automated? Are your margins thick enough that you can afford to pay people to run the business and then you just scrape off the leftover profits? Can you make systems that do it for you? Can you make 5,000 sales and then 50,000 sales and work the same amount of time? Can you stop working entirely and let the business run itself, right? That is time. And if you are putting all your time into operating the business, then it's a job, really. It's not actually a money tree, as MJ Demarco would put it. And then after that, the idea is basically that you want to have a high impact. So that means either doing something that affects a small number of people in a big way, like selling helicopters, or something that affects a lot of people in a small way, like selling mops. In any event, you're going to have to work very hard. There's no quick, easy fix, okay? There's no fast millionaire. There are some people who become NBA championship winners and song artists, top hits and stuff, or lottery winners, and those are not reproducible methods. If you're one of those people, you're probably not looking at this book. On the other hand, if you're looking for easy, quick millions, that's not how it works. If that is something somebody is doing, it's probably not going to work for very long. It's not a very good strategy to aim for that. And just, you need to put in the time. Which brings me to my question of the day. Should people pursue large amounts of wealth, or should we live simple lives? Think about it. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. I know I personally loved this book from cover to cover. MJ Demarco is absolutely hilarious. The chapters are fast to read. The ideas stick in your mind. There's questions at the end which nail down exactly what you're supposed to remember or key into maybe something you might have missed. And finally, I read this book a couple of months ago. I still remember a lot of the ideas inside of it. Take it from me, it's good. Also, it is awesomely rated. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment below and check it out.